Alright, welcome to Towns, version 11a. I'm Captain Goldie. I'm starting a new town from the last version, version 8a. I don't think you can load the saves, so I'm just going to start a new one. I'll try to move pretty quick. I'm going to play on a mixed map, so there's all the biomes represented. As for the updates, there hasn't been, the major updates have been like save game compatibility, and they added pretty much the flower mod into the game. They took out the old mills and stuff. They changed the graphics on the containers, added these sugarcane and some bamboo. There's several other things they've added. Another major thing was they changed the farms for animals. You now have to feed the animals in the farm for them to continue to multiply, so it's sort of trading one food resource for another. It's not just like free cows anymore. For mods, I'm just using Quarry Z. I could put the link in the description. But basically that lets you right click on a stone tile like this. And quarry the stone, and they'll build a little quarry building on it, which just basically looks like some stones piled around. And they can pull infinite stone out of there. They added a workshop building utility, the stone cutting table, because the raw stone that comes out of the quarry doesn't really get used by anything other than this table here, and so for everything else you gotta use the stone cutting table to turn the brute stone into normal stone, which other things use like this. But it's an infinite supply of stone. It works on all the ore tiles too, so like copper and iron, you don't have to worry about hunting down a whole bunch of it. So here we are in the game. We're in a nice flat area. It's pretty good. I like to build near the other biomes for the food resources, like these cherry trees and bananas. It doesn't. Well, this might be. Yeah. I was just about to say this was a pretty pitiful jungle here. It's just a little sliver here, but looks like there's some more jungle here. But overall, there's just not much jungle, and barely any sand either. Not much different from a normal map, but I suppose it's plenty for my needs. Just need some banana trees for the banana bread, and these cherry trees for cherry pies. There's some fishing added in, so you kind of want to be near the water too. I haven't really played around with that, but I imagine building right around here would be good. It's close to everything. It doesn't look like there's any threats in the area. Gotta be constantly worried about citizens getting killed while you're not watching. You know, these plenty of dangerous wild creatures on these mixed maps, and they like to roam around and just surprise you, because it'll be nice and quiet around here, and then all of a sudden like migrant froggies will appear. Not like just appear, but they'll just slowly move and end up too close, start killing people. I'm gonna start off by Well, first you pick where you want to be, so I've picked this place, and then you want to move on to getting food, shelter, and start working towards getting more people. So I'm just quickly gathering all of this, preparing for preparing to build here. Want to get these materials out of the way, therefore gather them. Cut some of these trees. I don't want to cut too many at once because they can go hostile, so I'm gonna have 2 guys be soldiers just to help out if anything happens. I'm thinking since a lot of the food will be over here, I'll probably grow wheat here, have the bakery somewhere where these trees are. Stoneworker will be here, and maybe just some housing out in this area. It's a good idea to sort of get an idea for what you want where, instead of just randomly building. Because travel time has an effect on their efficiency. You know, they burn food just walking around, and they get sleepy. If you want them to be productive, you don't want them to have to move too much back and forth to get their jobs done. So building all of your food sort of in a localized area keeps that efficient. So I'm now just clear cutting this area, cleaning it up. Probably also going to build a stockpile out here and just dump everything in it. Just get it out of the way. I've got to pick a stockpile. I'm used to just like Dwarf Fortress, laying a stockpile and then dealing with its stuff. Okay, that should get everything out of the way. They're gonna move all of this. I'm not sure if apples are considered prepared food. I'm gonna watch to see if they move any of that. Since the stonecutter is gonna be over here, I'm gonna designate these as quarries. I kind of try to have 4 or 5 of everything. It doesn't appear the apples are moving, so I'll go ahead and put that down. Alright, the next thing is to start looking for some easy tree bushes. You don't want them traversing the map, getting themselves killed, so you want to look for any local tree bushes. So far I see 3 pine. Snow, oh look, a yeti. To deal with him, I'm just going to get some military guys like that and then tell somebody to go chop this tree, and they'll piss him off, he'll fight, and then the soldiers will come and kill him. I just hope, you know, the soldiers can get there in time to save the citizen. No, he did kill somebody. That's disappointing, but there's not much you can do against it. You know, like a yeti, he just does so much damage. So, a froggy here. I don't know where he disappeared to. Oh, there he is, hopping along. Okay. I guess the same deal with him, just trying to clear out these monsters from the area. They're gonna be constant trouble. I mean, I don't know how close their camp is, but they'll always be just migrating around and causing trouble. So I noticed there was plenty of snow tree bushes over here, so I'll put some snow trees here. They're not going to be my main source of wood, because I'd like mostly cherry trees right here near the base area, so I'm also going to plant pine, because I saw some pine. We got the apples, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and plant some a little orchard. Wow, I'm really hating my mouse here. It's not doing what I want. Making mistakes. All right. We're gonna plant. What was it? Snow trees. There we go. And planting apple trees, 4x2, and pear trees. All right, and we're gonna plant pine. I'm probably gonna just add this in for later, the expansion for the trees. Just planning for the expansion, and the food's gonna be over here too, so it's a good amount. Just for the population right now, it'll be cherry trees. Gonna need some wheat. I think I could bring some soldiers. I'm going to leave 2 just for safety reasons, because I'm not constantly watching around. So if something sneaks up and gets some guys, I want the soldiers to be on duty, so to speak. I'm gonna go ahead and set these to be gathered, and then put the order to plant them here. And then the wheat will be here. So to make sure everything's working right, we're gonna set these auto harvest orders. Constantly having 5 wheat out will mean that even though we didn't go gather wild wheat enough to farm all here, like we probably have like 2. They'll plant 2 wheat, harvest 2 wheat, replant 2 wheat, harvest 4 wheat, replant 4 wheat, and then it'll be up to 8, and then they'll harvest 5 and plant that 5, and then harvest the other 3 and plant those 3, but they'll constantly be harvesting up to 5 until they plant this whole area and then have a surplus of 5. And I'm not as concerned with these. I'll just have a few and 5 cherries. I usually find the jungle's kind of dangerous, so you know, that's where the froggies are and whatnot, so I'm not going to go worry about bananas. And just setting an order for flour so I don't have to worry about it later. Like, don't have to worry about forgetting about it. One of the things I believe they added in was a bonus for food diversity, so I'm just trying to make as much different kind of food as I can. Now this is for the quarry mod. The broodstone is what comes out of the quarry, so you set that to 5 and they'll get that out, and here's where you get your normal stone. They'll shape the broodstone into normal stone. And since I plan on constructing most of my buildings with stone walls and whatnot, I'll try to keep a decent stockpile of that. And wood, cutting wood. Now I figured this just chop planted tree, I figured you could put this, you know, set an order and they'll just go and cut whatever trees are around planted. But it didn't end up working, so I'm sticking to just manually having it cut what I've planted. So I know I've planted pine and snow, so I'm gonna manually set them. Okay, so there's the raw resources. I gotta plant the wheat. They'll be eating these cherries when they're done planting, which is pretty close. They're almost done. So these cherries and these trees will be making their primary food until this wheat is done. And just to speed that up, I'm gonna look around just for a few more pieces of wheat. Alright, there we go. That's gonna speed it up. They'll be able to handle that. I believe this is sugarcane. Yep. I don't know what it's for, other than that order to make sugar here. So I'm not sure what sugar goes into yet, but I'm gonna gather it, and you plant it near the water. So it'd be up here. Same with bamboo. The bamboo and the sugar grow near the water. I don't know how close it has to be, but I just build it right up against the water. And I prioritize the sugarcane. I don't know what bamboo's for or the sugarcane, but I figured the sugar will be more useful than the bamboo. And that's not based on anything, just my personal thoughts. I think the sugarcane just would be more useful. So I'm gonna set an order to gather sugarcane and bamboo. So bamboo appears to be some like a wood resource, I guess. Alright, now it's time to get to the building zones. Start off with carpentry. I want the bakery somewhere over here, so I'm actually going to place that first so I can decide where to put the carpentry next to it. And I'm just working out the spacing. I don't want it to look too strange, just throwing buildings around. Alright, so that'll be the bakery. The carpentry will be next door. Now I purposely spaced it like this, wall, road, wall. And a 3-space road is basically so I could put the road down the middle, and then on either side of the road I could put whatever I want, decoration wise, or if I need storage outside of the building, just space set aside for whatever I needed to do. And the masonry is up here. I want it really close to the quarries, and I suppose I'll put it on the same tile line. Yeah, I guess that works. Close enough. Now we get to building the little benches. There's a pattern to it. You go carpentry, and then detailer, and it won't let me build it yet. I need to finish those. That's why there's a pattern to it. You gotta finish these tables before you can build the next ones. If you're gonna use the quarry mod like me, you gotta build this crafting table here, this stone cutting table, after the wood detailer. Oh, there went somebody. Soldiers didn't save him. Let's take a look. Froggy, huh? Oh, he's still fighting. I guess the soldiers got there, just not in time. I don't know what they're doing that far north anyway. I guess they're gathering bones, and it's probably because of that stockpile. Like wild animals are just dying around, dropping bones, and these guys just run right out and get it. So these stockpiles have served their purpose. I'm gonna delete them. Because I don't need them getting themselves killed going for bones and whatnot. So the stonecutter, it's good we're getting these tables done because we need them to build a grave. And the grave will prevent prevent like these remains here from spawning ghosts and killing everybody. So I'm coming back, you know, upset that they weren't properly treated. I'm gonna put these graves out here like this for now. I'm not sure how many people died, so I put 4. It's definitely not that many, but it was either 1 or 2 people died. Alright, let's get back to putting those tables. We need to fill in the bakery now. These you don't have to wait to do. It was just for the carpentry and masonry you had to put the tables in order, and now these all work in concert to get these others done. You don't have to space them out. I wonder if this is how you get fish. I'm not totally sure. I'll put it near water, but I need to build a bucket, it seems. What else did it want? Wood and a wood bucket. Okay, where was those buckets? Here we go. Have 2 buckets. It's good to just have a stockpile of one of these all the time, because you never know what you're going to need for what. Like these strange requirements. I'll build them there and see how that works out. Like I said, fishing is new. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm going to check if see what that does. I believe the cooked fish was in here. Yeah. Just needs raw fish, so we'll make some of that. It's pretty good for just needing one item, so I don't know how hard it is to actually get fish. But in addition to now having all of this food being made, I'm gonna put down some containers to keep it organized. I don't want like just food littering the floor preventing construction. Alright, so now that these mills are done, they can start turning excess wheat into flour, getting the bread done, the cherry pies done. And these fish, I'm not sure what's going to happen with them. They take them over here and like put them in an oven or something. I'm going to check to see what it needs. A stove, cooking fire. Stove or cooking fire? Those are ovens, not stoves. Stove needs iron, so we're not going to get a stove for a while, but a cooking fire should be easy. Flint comes from a gravel, so hunt down some gravel. There we go. Quarry gravel, just quickly set an order for that. We don't need a lot of gravel. I mean, you know, flint, just one. It has like such limited uses, so I'm not worried about having a huge stockpile of it. I believe you have to. Oops, I shouldn't have put that there. I believe you got to like constantly keep this fire going. It's like something you got to babysit. I'm not sure. I haven't had one before, but there's these orders in here like renew fire. So I'm just gonna set those like that because I've never dealt with them before, so that's just sort of me thinking that's gonna cover my bases. I'm not sure, but they should head on up here to this pit, get a flint. Got the flint, and then they're gonna build that fire hopefully. Well, that was interesting. On the masonry bench, they built a fire. Alright, so there's the cooking fire. I assume they're gonna bring the fish, or at least they put the fish somewhere. Yeah, here's the fish. 5 fish. So hopefully they take the fish and cook it, and make some pretty epic food. So at this point, we need to get to rooms, because, you know, in the beginning you gotta worry about, well, I'm skipping defense here. Let's just hurry up and get some wooden armor. Well, we only want one. There we go. We only want one set at a time, and unused, because you could use these buttons over here and just, you know, specifically make 10 or something. But I would rather just have one set on hand at all times. So every time I use one, they'll make another. So this is how you equip stuff. You click on it and then tell them to put it on. There's an auto-equip feature here. I don't know if they ever fixed it, but this can get your people killed. They'll like scour the whole map for whatever and try to put it on. And I don't even think they pick the best items. So it's best to just manually equip your people. Now this is like extremely basic stuff, like wooden armor you want to replace immediately. So as soon as you find some iron, you know, that's top priority. And weapons, same deal. Stone is better than wood. I don't even know why that's there. I mean, you should be able to find stone easily. I mean, you need it to even get this far building stuff. I guess wood just has its own special weapons, you know, like you're not going to build a stone bow, but I feel just stone is just a superior material for making weapons compared to wood. Now this wood armor will burn through wood pretty quick, and we didn't have a whole lot planted for turnover, so that's why I'm only outfitting the soldiers right now. You normally want to get everybody into like armor, some kind of armor. Keep your soldiers in the best you can get. Because, you know, your guys are going to walk around and they're going to do chores all around the map eventually, and you want them to have enough survivability to deal with the local hostiles. When they can handle a froggy alone, you're not too worried about your soldiers hiking out there and saving them. Alright, so at this point we got food and our soldiers are equipped. When we have more wood, I'll start getting the citizens themselves into wooden armor. But right now it's time to work on getting some housing built. And I'm going to build a second floor on these 3 buildings to build rooms in, and then some specific housing over here. This is pretty self-explanatory. Just place walls. I'm doing it like this for decorative reasons. I'm mixing the textures of the stones so that they're not just all the same. But this is where you build your walls. You could choose wood if you want, or logs if you didn't even want to, if you like the texture of it. And for doors, oh yeah, furniture. This is where you get those doors. Normally I build 5x5, so I don't run into the problem where I have to build double doors like that. Usually it's just one door in the middle with 2 walls on each side. But I wanted to go a little smaller to make it fit into the small area. So I'm going to pause it here and just get this construction done. It's a little time consuming. There's plenty of people still alive to get it done, so it's not going to be terribly long, but it is resource intensive. They gotta get this stone and then make the walls and then place it, and they gotta sleep and eat, so it's going to be a little while, so I'm going to pause it. Alright, I'm nearly done with the housing. It's been about 2 weeks of in-game time. They go really slow with the stone. I built a few more quarries up here, but they just, I guess it just tires them out. It takes them a while, and sometimes they're just sleeping on the quarry. But it's come along over about an hour. I built another bakery up here because as the population grows, you know, there's only 3 tables of each in here isn't going to really cut it. I built a dining hall over here where everybody wants to eat. Before they were just grabbing food and eating it, but they actually get bonuses to eating from eating in a dining room that's enclosed. Sleeping, they actually get a bonus from sleeping underground, but I like to put them up above ground. If you watch my other videos, you know how to build scaffolding to get your second floor. Basically, it's the 3rd floor, but that's because like every even number level is considered the floor level of the next level up. So like nothing goes on 2. You know, it's like it's level 2 holds level 3 up, so you can build on level 3. Haven't had any trouble. I converted the soldiers back to citizens. Haven't had any like froggies wandering into town or anything. I got most of the people fitted up in armor. Just 3 left to go. too concerned about it, but it would just be better to just head on into iron armor at this point. For that, we're gonna have to dig down into the first dungeon to find an iron deposit. Sometimes you're lucky and you'll find iron on above ground level like this. I don't know if they fixed that, but I remember in version 8 that you could find like iron and coal just sprouting out of a hill somewhere. It was pretty rare, but it could happen. I checked around and it didn't happen on this game generation, so it's going to be down in the first dungeon usually. To get heroes, we're going to have to build a tavern and tavern rooms, and then they'll stay at the tavern rooms and hang out in the tavern until you break down into the first dungeon level, and then they'll go, you know, explore and have adventures down there and probably end up dead, and things will come charging up the stairs into your town. But I suppose that's only if you really don't have enough heroes. You build enough rooms and you'll get a few heroes, and you don't even need a whole lot of rooms. You don't even need any rooms. From what I remember in version 8, if you just build the tavern, there's like two, just like there's a few like standard basic heroes like fighters and archers or something, but when you build tavern rooms, you can get the more specialized heroes like knights and like elven archers and like wizards will show up. You can't control any of them, but they're just like slightly better at what they do and don't die as often. But before anybody else can move in, like I've been at 9 Citizens for 21 days. Before anyone else can move in, you need vacant rooms, and right now I only got these 6, and there's 9 people, so when these 3 finish, everybody who lives here will have a room. And then when I build 3 more rooms above these, there'll be room for 3 more people to come, and they should, and it'll bump it up to 12. So I planted these flowers just to help with the decorations. I was getting a little bored. They were taking so long with the stone. I started just occupying my time planning, you know, just random aesthetic stuff. So that's what that's doing there, just a tiny little flower area. And you do it in Vanity, you can set it. I also planted these baskets, barrels, prepared food, because they were dumping food just all over the place, and something they added that's really neat is you can give jobs, and it basically, you get to control their permissions. Instead of everybody doing everything, I got this person only hauling, so there's one guy just dedicated to cleaning up the mess of everyone else. Because I just didn't like everything lying around. Like, everybody would rush over and cook, and then they'll rush over and chop wood, and rush over and get stone, and there'll just be stuff littered all over the place. You can also control the permissions of these barrels, manage them. I have this barrel set to disable all, and then I only enabled wood, so there's 10 wood in here, so when people need to use these crafting tables, the wood's close by. I didn't do it in here for the kitchen, so there's some random stuff that don't really belong here in the kitchen, like bones and snake teeth, but that's alright. I also put a barrel in here for stone. They don't ever have any extra stone. Every stone that's built is used. But eventually they'll have a stockpile when I'm not using it. I'm not sure if you ever played around with roads, but they walk faster on roads, but they're a pain to make. I think they may be... I'm using like the expensive roads, 2 stone each. So that's partially why there's such a stone shortage. But these rooms should be helping these guys sleep. They don't have to sleep as long. They get more energy. Like I guess they gain energy quicker, so that they go straight up to 2,700, whatever. I thought they did something with happiness, but I don't know. Maybe happiness really isn't anything right now. I'm not sure if happiness is tied to new settlers coming, but if it is, the easiest way to gain happiness is just move everybody into soldiers so that they're idle. Because soldiers do nothing but just wait to respond to threats, so you just move everybody into soldiers, and they just gain happiness over time from just being idle. It's this like working that seems to piss them off. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it again until I got 6 more rooms right here, 3 here, and then another 3 on top, and then we'll go ahead and end the mine down and set up an area where the tavern will be. Alright, here we got the rooms done. A cow got trapped in there. It was climbing, got stuck on the wall, and then eventually fell down in there. I saw a bull climbing up here too. I don't know how those animals start climbing walls, but it was interesting. I'm starting to put a roof over this, and I got this prepared because I figured that's where the tavern will be, right above the dining hall. And the tavern rooms could be out here, or maybe just adjoined to the building. I'm not too concerned about where to put them just yet, but I'm thinking the mine down will probably be over here by the quarry, just so that it's not in the way of any future building plans. I added a kitchen on the 3rd floor here, which is actually the 5th, because the 4th is the floor of the 5th. The kitchen I built because I was wondering what the fish was doing, and then I noticed that the fish needed the cooking fire, but I missed the kitchen table above it, so the kitchen table's in the kitchen. So I built the kitchen table, and I added some prepared food barrels and increased all of the food production values to get more of a stockpile, so that because I had like 3 of each food, and you know, when we get up, 12 citizens, 3 more moved in. I imagine that was rather quick. I didn't want to just like quickly run out of food if we weren't meeting our food demands. I wanted a stockpile of food to run through first, so I could start preparing more. The way you could tell when you have these auto orders going is like the easiest way is just looking at these trees and the wheat. If the wheat field's mostly grown, then you're not really eating through it. But like these trees are completely barren of fruit, so we're not making enough fruit. Almost the same story with the cherries here. So these the orchard needs to be expanded. You know, just for 9 people, and we just jumped to 12, so we're gonna probably just double the orchard size. And while I'm thinking about it, I'll probably plant another row of trees, because the roofing ate through the trees. Usually they're all right. Like there's like a few of them, but since I was building the roof, it ran through all of the stockpiled wood and cut down all the trees. So I figured might as well just have a little more trees. It wouldn't hurt. There we go, and we're gonna till over here. Not quite double the size of it because they're not really, because this is just a solid chunk, you know, they're all cherries, where this was split between cherries and pears. But I got everybody into wooden armor. I figured why not. I was killing time, just up armored them. And in case they go running down into the dungeon looking for iron, I didn't want anybody not having armor on. Oh, which reminds me that these new guys need to put some stuff on. It was good seeing them in their rooms, not wearing armor. Just gonna queue up some more roofing. I'm going to use some scaffolding just to save some wood, because I figure the next level of roofing will be one level up so that it's nice and pyramid shaped, and instead of filling the center of that with roofing, because the roofing will make blocks like this, and then you can build on top of the roofing with more roofing, but that roofing's using wood, and I don't want to waste any wood. So I'm going to experiment and try using scaffolding in the center, because that doesn't use any wood. They just spawn it out of thin air and drop it in there. Now the roofing didn't attach to the scaffolding, so perhaps it's not going to work. Just to test it out, I'm going to build just a little bit of roofing there and see if that does what I expect it to. If not, then I'm going to destroy the scaffolding, which might drop this roof. I'm not sure, but if it doesn't work, all the scaffolding's going, and then I'll just have to build the roof normally and just burn wood. But yeah, it's not going to hurt anybody to just go ahead and place the tavern, and hopefully some heroes will show up immediately. Oh crap! I think the tavern's got to be bigger than 4x4. Let's see, how big does the tavern want to be? 5x5. So, awesome. Yeah, I guess it'll just be a party on the roof there. I'll just knock these out and then just build the tavern directly on top. So it's gonna look a little funny, so I guess I'll build some furniture to make it look a little more reasonable. Because the tavern will just be sitting directly on this roof, like a pool on a skyscraper. So I'm probably not going to put it like any chairs on the outer thing. I'll probably put like tables with chairs like looking out or something. Just make it seem a little less ridiculous. I'm gonna leave this area here open so that you can imagine they're looking over the edge at the people in the walkway. There's not much to see out there, so they can do just fine from their seats. But yeah, I don't actually think, I'm not sure any heroes are actually going to show up until we break down into the dungeon area, so when we dig down there, hopefully some show up, or perhaps they'll show up sooner than that, but probably by the time we dig down in there, some will show up. Probably 2 of them. And yes, that did not work as intended. Looks a little silly. So I'm gonna get rid of this scout, yeah, and that drops it, alright. So I'm gonna destroy all this scaffolding. It was a good attempt, but just doesn't work. They want you to use all your wood. So I'm gonna queue that up, get the rest of the roof there, and might as well get it done here as well. It appears we're still low on wood. I'm just gonna cut some native wood. It's not gonna ruin the environment. Plus these wooden tables are gonna need wood, so we might as well. The trees aren't gonna be missed. Maybe the natural wildlife will have something to say, but yeah, like that tree keeper, look at him. Thinks he's so tough. That does look a little silly, like the legs of the table are hanging off the side. I'm gonna pause it here and let the roof finish. It's bothering me. Alright, I finally finished the roof. I decided to just go ahead and get the roof on everything, not just the main building. This is what it looks like. The heroes haven't come, so I guess you have to dig down into the first dungeon. I built a market up here just to see if they could make it up here, because usually you build it on ground level. But I built it up here just to laugh, see if it would work, and it does, apparently. So that's interesting. I don't want to deal with them right now, though. Well, I don't know, maybe I'll look. See what they got. Sell some crap here to him, just whatever I happen to have that. So it was just these snake teeth, huh? Okay. Oh, he only had one. I thought he had 61. I see that's the price. Definitely doesn't have a lot. Sort of at a loss of what to buy. Okay, so got some stuff, not a ton, doesn't matter. Now it's time to dig down into the dungeon. But I also want to point out that these candles give off light, and that's what this is. I don't remember that in version 8, so I put some candles around everywhere pretty much just to illuminate everything. They don't have a long range of illumination, but it is kind of neat seeing the light effects. So I'm going to go ahead and dig. I think it's built like stairs or something. I wonder if I think they could probably get down there. They usually are able to walk over one block, so they can go down a block, up a block. Alright, so got stairs down, and now one more level. I think mine works if you're doing it at the level you want. We'll see here in a second if they do that. Alright, yeah, that worked. And then I slap a stair in there too. I'm pretty sure it works straight up and down. If you build the stairs on top of each other, it kind of acts like a ladder or a spiral staircase. They just use it. It works. Scaffolding works too if you're cheap. You can just scaffolding one on top of each other. That's how I got these up here. You just run scaffolding up to the roof, and then they can run around on the roof and get whatever done you need, and then back down the scaffolding and delete it. Alright, so this is the floor level. So this should be, I'm thinking, the actual dungeon level, and I guess just dig around until we find something. Wonder what he's doing. Just chilling. I guess they were fighting over who gets to go mine. But it looks like I need a little bit more dirt to finish the last of my projects there for the flowers. And I wonder what happened to my statues I put there. See if they require something I don't have. Silver, okay, that makes sense. I have silver now, though. Though it does look like it needs a smelter, okay. Just placeholders then. I wonder why they don't want to come down here and mine. It's a little confusing. Hopefully, they'll get down there, start mining at some point. There's no reason for them to be stuck or something like that. Wait a minute. For these to be here, that must mean they fell, so maybe I misjudged where the dungeon level was, and I need another staircase down. And I keep forgetting where those stairs are. Okay, so that should work then, and then we should get some heroes. Probably expand the wheat farm a little bit. It's starting to, you can see how it's almost running out. Alright, so I believe we made it to the first level of the dungeon, so just hoping heroes show up and nothing comes charging up the stairs all angry like. Looking for blood. I like to just let the heroes like explore down there. You know, it saves lives. There's like goblins or whatnot and spiders and gels, and I don't know if they like made gels useful at all, but I usually just delete any gel I see lying around down there after they kill the slime monster. Because it would be neat if like it went into potions or something, but I think it's like the green gel is like just for like green coloring or something. It seems like incredibly useless. And there's so much, like, at least in version 8 there was like hundreds of gel just lying around after you clear a level. I'm not sure if they changed the requirements for heroes. I remember that at least in version 8 you didn't have to do anything. They just like just some basic ones would come to the tavern. So I guess I need to explore a little down here so I can build. Yeah, so you can see there's little monsters around here, and you can make equipment out of that spiderite, but I haven't built a forge or anything. They also added that when you make stuff, there's a small chance it becomes like named and unique, so that you're not like completely tempted to just like equip your guys with all sorts of random dungeon loot. Also, you know, the dungeon's really large and sprawling, and your people can like literally just starve to death down here when they're gathering, so it's a good idea to build a road network to the stairs so that they kind of book it along the road. So in case they need tavern rooms, I'm just going to build them down here, because I don't really care if they like their surroundings. And I think they actually enjoy living underground. Having the tavern rooms below ground. So I think I'll just start off with 2 like that, and get them furniturized here so they don't have any complaints. Oh, there went somebody. I wonder why he ran down there. Bone Greaves. Well, I think I got one more no, I guess that's it, huh? I should place some extra tombs, you know, just in case you don't want to run out of tombs, because then those ghosts can happen. So the tavern rooms are here. I don't think they have any other requirements, honestly. I assume they'll just show up here soon. I might as well just wall it in. See if that is what they're looking for. Like, fully functional rooms. Because it does have, like, checks to make sure the room has a roof and walls and a door, so it's actually a fully functional room to get the full bonuses. So, this is almost done, and everybody who dies is pretty much immediately replaced. I guess the rooms are pretty nice up here, so people just immigrate immediately as soon as like a slot opens up. It does look like they lowered the drop rate on the gel a little bit, because I only see one, and I know they killed a few gels by now. So that's good. I just found it as like really annoying clutter, so... This should count. So I got 2 tavern rooms and a tavern. So I assume a hero will move in eventually. Wow, look at that cow. That's amazing. I don't know how it got up there. And there's like a boar. And that bull might literally be standing up there. No, okay, he's on the rocks. That was deceptive and scary. These like wall climbing cattle. But you really can't tell your guys to go explore on their own. Like you can't just like expect them to walk out here and look around. And that's really the only way you're gonna find iron. The only way I can think of is to just manually just start drilling roads along here. Until some heroes show up. Plus, I can't do a lot of this at once because it is eating stone, and I only have a stockpile of 10, so that's 10 little squares, and then they gotta get to work, make more. Well, they're working hard here, but not making much progress in exploring, manually. It's going to take a while. Not something I suggest, you'd undertake unless it's like your only choice. like right now, there's no heroes, so this is sort of the only choice. Oh, there we go, got one. Yeah, he should come right down here. You also have to feed him, so I guess he's hungry or something. But I am hoping, you know, the mood strikes him and he goes exploring. Oh, gravel. I was hoping it was something useful. But the first dungeon level looks a lot like this. It's just all like cavernous and rugged walls, not real clean or well designed, and it's probably not designed at all. Maybe it's just supposed to reflect like water digging it out or something. But the second dungeon level is all like nice and boxy, and there's like hallways, and it's labyrinthian too. Like you can see on the mini map, this is here, but like it'll just kind of stretch around randomly, not making very good use of the space. But like the second level, they'll just be like crisscrossing rooms everywhere and hallways, and it's just massive. So here he is, just attacking, doing an absolutely horrid job. I mean, my guys were doing better than that. And now, yes, they chase him. That's good. I like it when the heroes bring their trouble home. Alright, well, that's going to wrap this episode up. Next time, hopefully we'll get more of this level explored and find some iron and work on smithing, getting everybody up armored into iron, and then once that's done, digging down to level 2. You don't want to like get ahead of yourself, because like you saw, they bring the trouble back with them, so you don't want your guys walking around in wood armor when you get down to like the hobgoblin level and they come chasing them up the stairs, and it's just gonna be ugly. So that's the plan for next episode. I'll see you later.